allow the children to the budget.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of.
Hello there.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun lawamo.
Good morning to you.
Maiyegun Diary.
Good afternoon to you.
Maiyegun.
Good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live again.
Glory YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò ní.
Thank you so much for joining me again today after the Sunday sermon this afternoon. Please share the broadcast.
Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary.
Invite your friends and invite your not so friendly friends. Tag all the Lagos Abobakus you know. Tag the Oshogbo Alimajiris that you know. Tag all the Ronu Nazis that you can remember. And at the same time, the Ronukus, as we call them as well, the bat idiots. The Maiyegun today.
Maiyegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùnràjì.
Maiyegun today.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùnràjì.
Maiyegun today.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùnràjì.
Maiyegun today.
ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
This one is bigger than a wure.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
And is mightier and bigger than adìyẹ.
Presido bá rúfin o. Ayé sọ́ra.
When you see a bastard, the one that defends his own oppressor, I mean, so many of them, put all of them together and begin to knock their heads. What you sound is going to be echoing. Echo, sound of emptiness. Tell them, pé Maiyegun today.
Ayé sọ́ra yìí. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Ayé sọ́ra yìí. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ sọ́ra yìí. Ayé sọ́ra yìí.
Thank you. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun and this is live. If you are watching it live, please take a moment, or if you haven't done that already, take a moment and read the caption of the broadcast, the description. So little, not much, but it's going to be so detailed as well. And then you get yourself in tune into what we are going to be talking about tonight. You can call it the part 2 of the Sunday sermon. Okay. And for those who want to sort of gaslight you into stopping, from trying to stop you from saying Nigeria is hopeless and helpless. This program is an affirmation that you are right. Nigeria is hopeless and helpless. And for those who might want to gaslight you with unity this, praying that, this program is also going to help you to handle them very well, because everybody knows what they are doing. If you think a lot of Nigerians don't really know what they are doing, they do. And that is why we kind of established it here that Nigerians love their criminals differently. During their Charade elections, you all know the story of Lagos. When I say story, we're talking about the financial recklessness of the criminals, gang of rogues who have been in charge of Lagos. We have seen those who are champions of tribal or ethnic supremacy in defense of these criminals. Before or during the elections, they called on those who wanted to govern Lagos for a debate, including the Sanwo-Iku, that is the incumbent, to come and give account of what is done and what is going to do and what they are going to do differently as well. Sanwo-Iku didn't show up. But guess what? The Agberos, the ass lickers, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the all risers, they were up in arms against anyone who was not going to vote for APC. You know that, you remember that, right? When politicians goes into politics in Nigeria, and every now and then you hear about billions being embezzled, okay, as stolen. In most cases, in fact, in all cases, the stealing is done in collaboration with the civil servants. There are those that will point to where the resources of the the states are and how they are going to manipulate the people to the benefit of the politicians. Then they have a space called procurement. In every of the political, criminal organization and groups who have taken advantage of the people from every part of Nigeria in the past and today, even present, they are very, very careful of those they put in charge of procurement, because that is where the financial recklessness takes place. This is where you see a poor state budgeting billions for road construction. And guess what? A kilometer of road is being built for 1 billion, 2 billion, in some places up to 4 billion. You hear about 10 kilometers of road awarded for 40 billion. And you'll be wondering, isn't that 4 billion per kilometer? Is that not like 250 million naira per foot? Procurement. And also, if you pay attention, these are kind of the big ones, but if you pay attention to procurement part of their government very well, these are the areas you'll be seeing ridiculous things with ridiculous amount of money budgeted and spent. And this is where the loot, or the looting rather, takes place. And this is how they starve critical sectors of, much needed resources to function. Procurement. And for 24 years, Lagos State has been very, very secretive when it comes to their finances. They drop figures every now and then, like, oh, this is how much we are generating now. This is how much we generate a year. And this is how much we are planning to spend. And in every calendar year, they've always, like, about 40% overshot what they claim to be generating. So where are this money going? They are not budgeting them to help majority of you, the Lagos Abobakus. Things are hard, things are tough, and they are telling you that it is austerity time. You would need to cut down on any little enjoyment, you call it. If you are eating 3 square meals a day, you need to cut it down. Why are you eating 3 times a day? Why are you being wasteful? You are complaining that you imported rice, or foreign rice. It's expensive. Why do you have to eat foreign rice? Why don't you just go and look for one local there? Even why do you have to even eat rice at all? Then recently you saw people protesting because they can no longer afford fish. And this was in that same Lagos. So one of the candidates during the election, Funsho Dohati, decided to out them yesterday. And what was that? I think it took his time, to go through what Lagos State government spent and on what in this 2023. And some of the discoveries have been so sort of a mind-boggling, right? But for somebody like me, not too shocking, but a lot of people have been reacting. Kilode. That's in Lagos. Even the Alex Otti in Abia, the Labour Party governor in Abia, he himself has also been kind of outed of how much he himself has managed to also sort of plundered on trying to make themselves comfortable. And if you have Abia and you have Lagos, and you look at the figures, and you look at the economies, and then you begin to look at individual states across Nigeria, you will come back to that statement. Nigeria is hopeless and helpless. In the case of that of Lagos, even though many of the residents have been rendered even poorer, okay? And we have the Ronu gangs who were ready to lynch anyone and everyone for APC. Egbekegbe. As we saw at the time, when they started sharing the money, there was nowhere where some of the, the chunk of it is going to go into your welfare, especially majority of you are today, because they are back now. If you take a look at the comments, you can read their comments. They are here. They are here like the Voltrons to defend this fraud, Abi. But once they are done, they will go back into their sewages, lamenting, crying, and all of that over what has befallen them. Unfortunately, here, Nigeria is facing austerity. Austerity means everybody will need to kind of cut down. But the criminal in government, once they manage to take all the taxes from where they get them from, and everyone that is kind of working hard, paying taxes, not agberos, collecting owole and all of that, or begging, hard-working people who are currently in Lagos, once they take all of that money, then they will sit down and begin the sharing. So here is something. In their budgets of 2023, part of the money they have spent that got people talking. Here is one. Okay. I have the list, which I think I should share with you, and I'm going to do that very soon. It's like step by step or month by month of what they spend money on. Okay. So here is one. The replacement of the liquid fragrance in the office of Mr. Governor. This is office of Sanwo-Eko. It's not the entire government establishment. So just Sanwo-Eko's office, 7.4 million naira. To decorate a space for political delegates, APC, 20 million naira. Okay. Here is one. Supply and distribution of 2,000. Is that called a noila or broiler chicken? Across the local government areas and ward in the state, 18.4 million. The office of chief of staff to Sanwo-Eko. This is not the secretary to the state government too. This is the chief of staff, the person that is in charge of all of the Sanwo-Eko's appointees. So they bought him 400 million naira Lexus Jeep. Okay. Not just that. When Sanwo-Eko was taken to the tribunal, as well as the appeal court, which is still going to go to the Supreme Court, Abi, all the legal fee for Sanwo-Eko's election was also paid for by the Ministry of Justice, using the taxpayers' money to pay for that. Other candidates, they had to cough out their own money to pay for their lawyers. Sanwo-Eko used Lagos State taxpayers' money, 200 million naira, in paying for his lawyers. So why won't they go on national TV in Nigeria, and begin to back at you, shout at you, tell you to shut up? The Supreme Court has spoken. The Kinekon has spoken. No evidence. 200 million naira paid to his lawyers, not from his pocket, but from the government's wallet. They renovated a church. They did not build a new church. They renovated a church in Lagos Island for 550 million naira. Renovating of a church. To buy themselves for office of, it is not for all of the secretariat in Alausa. For the office of Sanwo-Eko, they spent 2.1 billion naira buying rechargeable fans, fridges, and I don't know, 2 billion naira for that. But I think I have a list. The office of the deputy governor's wife, like deputy governor now, his own wife, our office collects 60 million naira every month. 30 million naira for empowerment. You know those people who go to them to beg for money, women, and those who couldn't afford this, and you go to them, they'll say, okay, I would tell my driver to come and see you. And the wife of the deputy governor, with all her entourage, they will come around and just give you 500,000 naira check so that you can use that to pay as part of the part payment for your operation in the hospital. And they'll take pictures. She's done her job. If she can do that, if she can do 2 or 3 of that in a month, in fact, she's hardworking. 30 million. Now, for her to do that job, the job of going out to help people, she collects 30 million because they're going to fuel their cars. They're going to need security, fuel the cars, and everybody coming around. 30 million naira every month for that. So 60 million goes to our office regularly. To upgrade the Lagos State government website, if you want to go, if you go to lagosstates.org, .gov rather, that will be the official website of Lagos State. In 2014, Fashola, the Saleko Barack Obama, used $400 million. Listen to me very carefully. $400 million to build a website for Lagos State government when he was governor. Ambode, you remember that Ambode actually exposed that. This is not rumor. Ambode exposed that. You remember all those documents Ambode released that time? Then it suddenly just stopped. Damn idiot. Anyway, that same website, to upgrade it, this Sanwo-Eko have now spent 8.1 billion naira, not million, no, billion naira to upgrade the Lagos State websites. To upgrade the data system of Lagos State, they said they have a data center. That data center is where, for example, when they did census back then, and they released the census results, where they said Lagos State's population was 8.9 million or something. And Fashola, they did their own census. Yeah, they said they built an information center, data center. So that data center released then that the population of Lagos was 14 million, not 8.9 or 9 million. If some of you can remember, and if you don't, it's okay. So that happened. Now, to upgrade that information center, because they now believe that the population of Lagos State is now over 20 million. To upgrade the system from population of 14 million to 20 million, to accommodate that data, Sanwo-Olu and his gang, they have also spent about 8 billion naira to upgrade the data, all of Nawede Lagos. Not just that. In fact, it is actually 531 million for the church, by the way. Now, for all of them in this 2023 so far, okay, for plane tickets, whether it is private or it is commercial, it doesn't matter. For all the plane tickets and flights they've sort of embarked upon in 2023, they said they have actually spent over 400, where they spent 400 million naira on air tickets going here and there, by the way. Also, they said that they have also kind of spent, here is another, that's the website upgrade, 7.47 million on liquid fragrance. You get that? Like air fresheners, Febreze in the office of Sanwo-Olu. In all of this, even though they also kind of budget for things like repairing, they want to repair, what's that expressway again? Etiosa, Lekki, Ekpe Expressway. They want to refurbish it with 69.9 billion naira. They are not building new road though, or new expressway. They want to fix the one that is currently existing, and it's going to cost them about 70 billion naira. If you take a look at the lists and you look at all of the, let me see if I can even show you so that you have an idea of what I am talking about. So if you take a look at the list of those who are some of them are getting small shop. You know, just you take this one, manage them small. If you deliver as APC, if you deliver, we'll give you another one. Or yeah, go and tell everybody what APC has done for you and your family. And then you start seeing them with that Ifnumbu cap. So if you take a look at some of the names, people started looking all of these companies up. There was a particular one that got, I think it's that one that got the contract to supply Febreze for 7.4 million naira. The company was opened sometimes in February, just few weeks before, or few days before the election. And few more, I mean, so just about 5-6 weeks before the governorship elections. So these are where they kind of, this one is for August. And if you start taking a look at some of the companies, you will even see hairdresser collecting 1 billion naira contracts to supply this. You go to see hairdresser collecting contract to build schools. You'll be seeing catering service collecting contracts to build something somewhere or supply something somewhere. In the governor's office, either in the governor's office, governor's wife's office, deputy governor's office, deputy governor's wife's office, small shop, 160 million, 140 million, 30 million, 2 million, 6 million, you know, small here and there. These are those that are scattered around that will tell you that APC or death. Here you get, because with all of this and having evidence that you supported APC, your own name could be on this list as, Josulfat investment, 6.8 million. Procurement of office equipment. Here you see, when you look at this one, procurement, and you look at the name, Josulfat. You look at another bridge sport concept. When people started digging into all these companies, of course, it's just like a job for the boys. Here you get. Depends on your own connection and all that. Job for the boys. So when people started digging into them, many of them have never really filed any tax return, even though they have collected billions and billions of bogus contracts like that. That's how you see it. So if you're looking for the link, I can share the link with you. Month by month, October. In October, the total money they shared through all these contracts everywhere, even though Lagos continued to look like a slum, right, was 35 billion. That's how much money they shared last month. When you look at September, and you look at how much money they shared to themselves, you see that it's a total of 64 billion naira. And these are, the fractions, how they came by all that. So if you go down to what they spent in August, 88 billion. That's how much they shared. In all of this money, you that is watching me right now, how much of them has economically impacted your life? Because that's another thing I'm going to come to. Sure you get. Monlab and Sons and all of them. I'm not saying this, all of them are illegitimate. I'm just saying that these are just mostly front, cronies, and it's just job for the boys. And at the end of the day, when you look at the awarded contracts as well, they are all inflated, by the way, like all inflated. For example, look at this one. It says procurement of computer consumables. What is computer consumables? 2.3 million. Baldwin investment. This one is procurement of a different read for Mr. Governor's Lodge, Asokoro, Abuja, 2.8 million. What is read? I don't know. Engagement of consultant for quantity surveyor service for cost estimate of renovation work of public schools in Lagos, 15 million. Now, when you look at majority of them, you can easily picture them out. And just say, well, they are just like job for the boys. Like, formatting 5 pair of computers for 4 million naira. They are not buying new ones, though. So job for the boys. So when you go down, look at how much they spent in, this was August, oh. This was like after elections, oh. After swearing in, like 2-3 months after. 240 billion naira in a single month. So in all of this, you that is watching me right now, how much your brother collected from this contract? How much your sister collected? Your papa, your mama? That no matter what it is that is going on right now, to you, people who are reacting are just enemies. Enemies of APC. And to those of you they told that some people are coming to take over Lagos State. All of them are waiting and told that the Igbos are coming to take over Lagos State. It's been 6 months now. Can you now see what they told you they are coming to take over? To those of you who are champions of what do you call it, tribal hatred, those of you, I mean, it's so shameful that with all of the evidence available, even when they continue to say it again and again that the Igbos must leave Lagos. Igbos should leave Lagos. It's a thing of pride among many, many of you, the locals there. And I told you then, I said, when they told you Yoruba Lokon, they were not referring to you simply because you are Yoruba. You will be sort of you know, a dump to have believed that you are going to exist in that same Nigeria that these criminals are going to destroy. And you are not going to be affected because you are a Yoruba person. I told you, it's not about you. Now, to those of you, especially those of you who hide behind self-preservation, that the reason why you wanted non-Yorubas to leave Yoruba land, some of you were even campaigning then that Yoruba jobs for Yoruba people, Yoruba business for Yoruba people. Now, in 6 months, none of you is featured. None of your fear is featured in all of their actions. That you can say you were right. And that you can also say your action indeed, and their action right now is going to preserve the Yoruba's heritage, or Yoruba's, what were you even preserving again? Self-preservation, culture, tradition, or what? Like all these actions, which has dipped more Yorubas into more poverty. Like I'm asking you right now, those of you who justified attacks on people who saw this calamity, and you were so proud in your bigotry that some of you are still deluded to this time, telling yourself you were right. I mean, you allowed people who weaponized tribal hatred and division to use you, or you probably use yourself or make yourselves available for them to be used. You were calling other Yorubas against these criminals. You were calling them to show your bigotry. Ladies and gentlemen, to those of you who witnessed the 2023, well, I am sorry for what some of you have come to discover. You know, all these sewage dwellers, these cretins. It didn't start today. I have seen grown-up men, supposed respected men and women, among these criminals, Tifnumbu and his gang, who have repeatedly said, Obasanjo, a Yoruba man, that knows his own father and his mother, that could point to his own ancestors, lineage and all that. They spent their lives to present Obasanjo as Igbo. But many people didn't know why they did that at the time. Some just blushed over it like, it's politics, Charade. And then you see some who are actually like doubling down that it is true. Obasanjo's father is Igbo. There is a picture online. He is Keniko of Keniko. And you know that, to those they have planted that in their mind, they didn't know the intention for it. It is a common stigma. Listen to this. Oh, it is a common stigma that these political criminals learned from history. The moment you tag any Yoruba man, Igbo, it is an easy way, okay, to slaughter them. And to some people, they did not see the danger then. Let me explain it to you. You know, I am a Badero Olushola, from the lineage of the Baderos of Okeagbo in Ijebu Igbo. If my path crosses the path of these rogues, they won't think it twice to manufacture stories. In fact, continue to repeat them and say, I am an Igbo person. Now, then you begin to wonder, is there something wrong being an Igbo? Of course, nothing is wrong being an Igbo. Absolutely not. But you see, there are those over time across Nigeria, but on our own part as Yorubas, there are those who have discovered the use of weaponizing tribal hatred, tribal division for political power. But you see the victims, including the Yorubas who have bought into those narratives. Majority bought into the narratives not knowing that they have been somehow drafted to be later weaponized into an horrible tribal profiling filled with hatred. Not in their interest, but majority didn't know. What is wrong with being an Igbo? Absolutely nothing. That's why I said, for those who have been using it for their own political gain, as horrible as it is, it has been winning them power in a contraption called Nigeria every now and then. And it keeps working. I'll tell you why it is working and why it is outside politics. It is absolute nothing. In 2015, Jimmy Agbaje, the same Jimmy, pharmacist Jimmy Agbaje, declared to run for governor of Lagos State. And the moment he became like, a potential threat to them, it doesn't really take time. If you know them very well, it doesn't take time. Right there, they drafted their tribal card. There was no Yoruba man contesting for president. There was no Igbo man contesting for president. Just Lagos, where everyone believes that Tifnumbu and his gang would rather lose Nigeria than lose Lagos, because if they lose Lagos and a serious uncorrupted group takes that power, they will end up in jail. A majority of your uncles who are wearing Tifnumbu's cap because they have been able to manage to milk the system through all these bogus contracts, they will automatically go broke and poor. Do you understand that? So in 2015, they brought out their usual tribal card, and the Igbos became the targets. And this is the background. In Lagos State, the population of Lagos State, using their own data, let's put it at 22 million people in Lagos State, being the former capital of Nigeria, of capital territory of Nigeria. So everyone from all over Nigeria has a family in Lagos. Now, you see, here is how the population is sort of, kind of balanced. Out of the 22 million people, it is believed that the truest indigenous Lagosians, out of these 22 million people, is put at around between 5 and 6 million, which is more or less like 1/3 of the entire population. Then those who are from the southwest part of Nigeria, the Yorubas from other part of Yoruba land, who are also living in Lagos, they put our number at over 10 million, making about 15, 16 million Yorubas in Lagos. Still majority. Abi, when you use that geographic, regional sort of permutation or sort of, right? Then you have the people from the eastern part of Nigeria, the Niger Delta part of Nigeria. When you put all of them together, they are like the old eastern region of Nigeria, okay? Making about 3 million of the population as well. And you see the middle belt part of Nigeria and northern part of Nigeria make up the rest of the population. In fact, from the statistics available, when you put the number of people, Nigerians, from northern part of Nigeria and north central part of Nigeria who are residents in Lagos, either working or living there or school, you know what I mean, having their family there, they said when you put all the numbers together, they are more than the numbers of Igbos in Lagos. That shouldn't shock you. Okay? Of course, the Igbos in Lagos, they are not just the Igbos in Lagos, they're including people from the old eastern region of Nigeria. Now, here is where the problem lies. From the moment Nigeria fought that genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, and the war criminals of then were turned to heroes and rewarded with power, and they came back to say, no winner, no vanquish. The Igbos have been, then the political class of Nigeria, the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Fulanis, and then of recent, the Niger Delta political rogues. They've been very much in what is called Cold War with the eastern part of Nigeria and their people. It is unwritten. It is there. I have spoken about that many times. So the Igbos in Lagos, at least more than 90% of them are in Lagos because they are doing business in Lagos, because they have properties in Lagos, because they have investments in Lagos, which means their existence in Lagos is economically advantageous to Lagos, contributory to the growth and development of Lagos economically. They are not there to sort of break the system. They are there to strengthen. They have been there for decades, even before Nigeria's independence. But for some reasons, there are some of you may not sort of agree with, but I do know the Cold War makes the Igbos the easy targets. And whenever they want to play their tribal card, this APC, Egbekegbe, they brought that out. In 2015, they called Jimmy Agbaje Jimmy Shuku, simply because to run for any position or political office in Lagos, you must acknowledge all of this demography I just mentioned. Because the Yorubas, not just Lagosians, the Yorubas from outside the Lagos states, coupled with the Lagosians themselves, makes up about 70% of the population of Lagos. So that gives them, indeed, the political advantage, but in reverse. the true Lagosians have been pushed to the back of how their state is being governed. And guess those who are running the place? My own dear brothers and sisters from outside Lagos State, including this Sanwo-Iku from Ijebu. As that is the case, winning an election should be easier, and delivering the deliverables to the majority of the population, the Yorubas, if indeed this whole thing was all about Yoruba or not. Yorubas makes up the majority of the population. Yorubas are among those who are suffering most in that same Lagos State today. That's also a fact. There is nowhere where you will see an easy access to loan, easy loan for Yorubas. As rich as Lagos has become, with all the taxpayers' money to invest in that same people, there is no special privilege for any Yorubas. So in 2015, they spent day, night, weeks, months to make everyone believe that Jimmy Agbaje running to be governor against Tifnumbu's candidates is an Igbo agenda to come and take over Lagos State. To come and take over Lagos State as how? They even said the Igbos are going to use Jimmy Agbaje to remove all the Yoruba Obas. This was 8 years ago. To those of you who actually suffered that of 8 months or 9 months ago, and you are kind of feeling like, I am so shocked. I didn't expect this in my life. The shock is still in my body, Baba. Some of us have seen it since then. Oh. And it's just always like that. Okay? And you know, these are just few numbers that are using the same. So if you are Igbo, okay, and you have been victim of all this political rascality, okay, if you have been victims, I want you to know that you are not the only victim. Oh. Okay? You are not the only victim. Everyone that disagrees politically or chooses a different camp that is different from that of Tifnumbu and his fascist group, they will not tag them Fulani sympathizers. They will not tag them Ijo sympathizers. They won't tag them Hausa this or that. The easy way is the Igbos. Because from time immemorial, this has nothing to do with anybody's, even anyone's a tribe or ethnic now, what I'm about to tell you. All over the world, right? When you see working class people who pay their taxes, working class include those of you those who are doing businesses, paying their taxes. They are more interested in how their money is being used. Now, if you are wasting their money, like they are doing in Nigeria, they can use that their number to change a government because of the economic power that they wield. Do you get that? The working class. If you are paying taxes and you are not seeing the usage for that taxes, and you have a chance of changing those who are misusing your taxes in a democracy, you will go, because you are not waiting for anybody to offer you gari or offer you wrapper or give you money. This is your own economic survival we are talking about here. in the UK, in the US, and other places, saner countries. You look at the manifestos and the actions of those who are seeking political offices. When you check the areas that their economic policies and all of that, if you realize that this is going to actually affect you or ruin your business, you are going to do everything to stop them. That is how it is done. And if you miss it this time around, you're not going to miss it the next time around. Do you get that? And I think this is the same mentality of everyone, even in Nigeria too. If you are working, earning your money, like working for your money, and you are seeing people who are like stealing them, looting them, and wasting them, and nothing to show for it. You don't need anybody to preach to you if you have a chance of changing them, Abi. So they said that Igbos are not cooperating because the Igbos that are being extorted from their different businesses in that same Lagos, if they have a chance or a choice to make from those who are running to be in charge and be making decisions on their behalf in an economy they are very much a critical part of, they will choose them one day. That is what they turn to tribal dislike. Why would the Igbos not follow whoever Tifnumbu chooses? Why can't the Igbos be like the Lagos Abobakus, the suffering and smiling sufferheads, the all-rightsers, the jobless, unemployed, unemployable cretins? So they are wondering, why can't hard-working people follow a simple directive of their slave masters? Why do they even have a political opinion in the first place? So they brought out the card that a Yoruba man or Yoruba men are running. Lagosians themselves are running. Doesn't matter. If you don't belong to Tifnumbu's camp, they will play that Igbo card. To those of you who saw that this year, and you have been using that to attack the Yorubas, you are not different from them. Oh. I mean, I understand that a lot of us are always looking for a chance, an opportunity to express our own bigotry too. And if you are looking for partners in crime, bigoted, deluded ignoramuses, for your own bigotry to be sort of validated, APC, Egbekegbe, have been playing that tribal card for a very long time. They called Jimmy Agbaje Chinyere, Jimmy Shuku. You hearing that? Chinyere, Jimmy Shuku. This is somebody who is a pharmacist, who is also a friend to Tifnumbu, by the way. But the moment he became a threat, and the Igbos and then others are saying they are going to support and vote for him, the tribal card came from nowhere. Apart from burning their shops, burning their businesses. They were warning them. And it's not the first time. Even the Oba of Lagos had to warn them. Don't forget all of that. These guys don't represent the Yorubas. Because you know why? The Yorubas who are standing up, against them are called Igbos. You have no idea the kind of conviction they have. A very dangerous conviction that they will kill their fellow Yorubas for Tifnumbu by just calling them Igbo. It's not new. They call them Omoale. They have different names they give to them, but it's mostly whenever there is election, whenever election is coming like this. I know they went overboard. Even me, I was kind of shocked of what happened in 2023. That is like extra, no doubt. But they will continue to play that card. And if you are one of them watching me right now, okay, I am not saying you shouldn't fight for Yoruba, because some of you are so deluded. That it is so cringy. You are so deluded. You are so blind. And people are beginning to see that as a serious mental disorder. Abba, what is so good, or what is like so good than those who have the resources to invest genuinely in critical infrastructures, critical sector of the economy, the ones that invest in your craft. There are so many of you who are graduates today, and you have signed up to be Lagos Abobaku. That's okay, that's fine. It's your choice. But do you not think for once, like, what exactly are you benefiting that is going to, that has improved your life? Something you can relate to your belief. Let's say this is your belief. You believe in them. You are suffering. A lot of you are going through it all. Like you, the face I'm gone. You are calling people to support or help you. Some of you are turning your hardship into blackmailing people. This one is not picking your calls anymore. Your friend is not replying your messages anymore. This one is not ready to help you anymore. Some of you are already complaining of depression. I mean, you are going through it right now. Do you not think that if nobody say you get mad, if nobody say you are mad? No, don't get angry with me. I'm asking you, I'm trying to speak to your conscience now, like your inner mind. So calm down. In that same state that you are, you still have energy to defend this thieving and stealing in whatever capacity. I'll show you that one where I saw for Abia. Look at them. This is one from Abia State, where Alex Otti is their governor. So I could put everything together before I may fire on, right? Abia. And I think I have another one. Yeah. Here is Abia and Enugu. How much money they have expended in space of 2-3 months. And to some, it is just based on the resources available to them. If they have the same resources like Lagos State, they will do better than this to the army for themselves. Here you get. But that is just that. So, if you find yourself, for any reason, to defend these people, to the point that you are telling yourself that you are doing the right thing, and somehow you are asking yourself, what do I want you to do? Yeah, I'm speaking to your conscience right now, to your mind. Just keep it open that way. You are hearing all these billions and billions. But most of this money are not really invested where even your own craft. Just like I was saying, some of you are graduates. Abba, you are graduating to your long. You have no idea what you want to really do with your life right now. There's not much option before you. You are pretty much like you have no real option other than you are open. There are some people you are counting on. God will help them so that they can help you. Apart from that, there is no real clear thing. You are a graduate, no job. Some of you have jobs, but you are still living like people who are jobless. You have energy to defend APC because you believe that there is always going to be something in return. I'm not talking about, I don't know if that's what some of you are expecting. No, I'm not talking about you being handed over money like a handout. 25,000 naira every month. 35,000 naira every month for 6 months. That is not helping you. Like, do you not deserve better? Do you not think, or should I say, do you even know how much is 2 billion naira? 2 billion that they used to buy rechargeable fan, fridge. They don't get fan. They still have a standby generator 24 hours so for the office of Sanwo-Eko, remember? They had fridge and freezer. They had rechargeable fan. They had AC. Last year, but they still have to spend 2 billion. If they used that 2 billion and they called all of you, Lagos Sabo, even some of you who are currently typing, you are typing in the comments right now, abusing me, asking stupid questions, like zombies. If not that 2 billion naira, they decided to give, hang on, if they give everyone 50 million naira to invest in your craft, to invest in that your idea, you know, saying a poor man, they get the widest imagination. Like, poor people. Now they get the biggest and widest imagination. If I see 1 billion last song. 1 billion. I will first of all buy. Another person will be like, you are too greedy. 1 billion is too much. If I have just 5 million naira right now, Baba, my life has better. If you know the idea that is in my head, a lot of you have some of these ideas. These criminal politicians will not invest in your ideas. They want you to remain wretched every 4 years in your wretchedness, in your hopelessness. You can begin to hope again and hope it's going to be your time in another 4 years, 4 years, 4 years. About 24 years of democracy to your long. 50 million naira. If they just invest in your idea, since you have been screaming APC, since you have been a graduate, begging to survive. Baba, I'm talking to you, Joko. Look at me. Don't look aside. You, yeah. Just look straight at me. Since you have been shouting APC, Ebekegbe, and the rest of that 2 billion naira we then take by rechargeable fan. If they give 50 million naira to all of you, Abeg, 50 million naira times 20, that is 1 billion. So that means if they give 40 of you and they invest that 50 million each, do you know how many people you are going to employ? Do you know how many lives you are going to touch and change? Do you know how much money the same government is going to make from you? from that your business, that's your idea. Eh? Have you not thought about that? So you are hoping that one day they will look at you and give you appointment, make you a personal assistant, special advisor. Special advisor on what? So that they can be paying you 1 million naira every month, or be 500,000 naira every month. If that 2 billion naira in this economy, and they call some of you the vuvu sellers, hungry bambiala, social media bandits, Facebook ads many, in your wretchedness, I'm saying, think about that. Would somebody like Maiyegun come out and condemn it? Because you defend it, oh. I have seen some of you, even in Abia, we look what you know. I am talking to you. You are still giving excuses. I am speaking directly to your mind. You are telling me to continue to cry. You cannot be cured. And I'm not even trying to. I am just using the concept of a dead wall clock. When you look at a broken wall clock, it is as useless as it is always correct twice in a day, AM at PM. So I'm trying to see which of them is when your senses will be at the right spot and my message will hit you and possibly you can possibly get recovered. Remedied and saved. I'm not trying to save you, man. You are going through it. And I'm just asking that, have you ever kind of imagined that if they invest 50 million naira in your idea, una get so much idea, Abi, that could make people millions. But now funding disturbing your ideas. Because nobody will invest in your idea, invest in your growth, invest in anything that is going to make you stop asking them for t-shirts and asking them for your own share of their loot at every election. Think about that. 531 million naira to renovate church? Do you know how much that can actually, the impact that can make? On those of you that they are sending to different vocational training centers as a political campaign empowerment. Do you know how many of you they have sent to go and learn how to make soap, to go and learn how to make this, make that, and at the end of the day, now laborer you they do for quarry site, because all those things you have no money to start anything. You have no money. Do you know how much people that can help? These are direct investment in your economy. You don't give it to people. I'm not saying they should give you free money. No. I am saying this money can be made available interest-free to encourage, when you want to kickstart your economy and you want to encourage local production, you make money available. But if you are making money available for renovation of bedroom, buying of new mattress, repainting the governor's office, buying new air conditioner, buying this or that for billions and billions of naira, and they said they want to go and they send you to churches to go and pray. To go and pray for what? To go and pray to God to come and make Nigeria better. Is that not delusional? Is that not delusional? So you are not helping yourselves if you continue to think this is we versus them kind of a thing. Igbo versus Hausa. Hausa versus Fulani. Fulani versus Yoruba. Yoruba versus Igbo. And then you are kind of rotating yourselves in that same delusion. What you are doing is to continue to read about how your commonwealth are being frittered away. And then they will say, after the elections, after the old tribal hatred and all of that, you will think, okay, yeah, make everybody face their own criminals. I mean, face them, drag them, ask for the best, and all of that. No. They will continue to push that narrative of tribal ethnic supremacy. Una no dey tire. Suffer no dey tire una. Una dey get muscle. Imagine people they get they get muscle for head because they are trying to defend their tribe. And when you say, what are you trying to defend? And who are you trying to defend your tribes from? They are trying to defend their tribe. They are trying to defend their ethnic against other ethnic group who want to take over power from their own kinsmen. The same kinsmen who have been ruining them. They have a name for that. I can't remember it now. The deja vu. She deja vu ni. Deluding yourselves. And at the end of the day, the people are the losers. Because those they told you are coming to take over Lagos. They are not the people they are pointing at. The nemesis of their action has caught up with them many times. They escaped. The Yorubas in Lagos have rejected Tifnumbu many times. But with the help of the corrupt system in Nigeria, he has been able to what? To overpower them. And it is not because he's that a genius. It is because the system is so corrupt that people like him, only people like him, can operate in such system where majority have been completely, technically crippled to fight back. Because every means of fighting back legitimately has been compromised. So what do? You break the law, just as it is all over the 36 states of Nigeria. It is a looting bazaar. It is like an open check. Once they take over your power or anywhere, they turn the state wallet or purse to their personal piggy banks, their family piggy bank, and the money that are meant to be invested in critical sector of their own economy are diverted into personal sort of pampering. Billions of people's money goes into pampering the criminals that will tell the people to endure, including their deranged supporters. So if you have a chance of thinking for yourself, I think this is the time you should. If you are those who are interested in self-preservation, people like us, that will never compromise our own moral standard for a plate of asaro, a plate of porridge. We'll continue to speak directly into the conscience of those who care to listen. The more you dwell in their pool of hatred, and that is the more you also will believe, okay, that somebody else is coming for what you don't even have in the first place. The losers in their schemes have been the poor. They have been the people themselves. The losers in all of this scheme are those hardworking people. You see that a young welder that usually work on projects as pride of his own hard work and all that. They've made majority of them to abandon things that could contribute to the society and the economy by their policies, right? For those to look for the shortest cuts, at least to stay alive. I mean, they took away a lot of things from you. See that old grandma that worked all her life, I believe. In her old age, she is living in fear. The fear of untimely death. I mean, death caused by poor health condition and poor access to health care. At old age, that's what that does. When the resources, scarce resources are not used for the critical sectors of the economy and they are diverted for self-use, all those people that are meant to benefit from those sectors, they would not. And in most cases, it costs them their lives. People die for things that they shouldn't die for because resources that are meant to provide for them or care for them have been stolen through bogus budgeting and all of that. And then you will tell yourself then, but what can we do? The first thing you do is to stop defending them. I mean, that will be a start. When you stop defending those whose only job and mission is to snuff life out of you, even without touching you. We have seen wastage. And you will continue to see that. You have seen that of Tifnumbu, their boss, Abi, and that one is not even off the table yet. Then you have this. So if what they have for you is 5,000 naira for poor people, and that is their own idea of lifting you out of poverty, is there not a time for you to think now about your life and your life choices? If their plan is to give you 25,000 naira for 3 months as their own way of lifting you out of poverty, not that you have access to real resources to help you, because they are not going to be there. And you are here defending them, trying to push people back and the rest of that. Baba, I mean, these are things I do sit and just think, I'll be like, you cannot afford to pay your rent. You cannot afford to pay your children school fees and health care for yourself. You are going through a lot. The people they told you are coming to take things from you. What are they coming to take from you? Is it the ability for you? Is it that ability that you have been unable to pay your rent? Is that what an Igbo man or those who don't look Yoruba enough are coming to take from you? What exactly did you think they told you they were coming to take from you? And a lot of you jumped on it, and you're still jumping on it today. You called the Badebo, you called him Chinedu. And now that they are dealing with you, Funsho Dohati, who exposed this? I saw the Agbado mighty, the Agbadoriansi, the bad study. I saw them saying, this is how opposition is done. That the guy came out to expose this thieving. And the Lagos Abobakus that cannot afford fish, they started praising Funsho Dohati. They said, this is how opposition is done. They were not really angry that Sanwo-Iku has been blowing billions on himself, his family, their appointees, and others. They are not really, I didn't really see, rage. They started praising Funsho Dohati. And Funsho Dohati, who was ADC governorship candidate in the last election, wasn't really a threat to these Agbadorians like the Obedient. So the Obedient, who were the mostly Yorubas in Lagos State, who publicly rejected Tifnumbu on the 25th of February 2023, they had their lives threatened and 2 of them were killed. So they charged at the Obedient. Badebo, who is a true Lagosian, who was the ancestral lineage in Lagos, than Tifnumbu, Igbin Iragbiji. You all witnessed how they attacked him, attacked his family, and indeed, because of him, at least as an excuse, killed non-Yorubas, attacked Yorubas and non-Yorubas in Lagos. So Badebo is a threat, happened to be a threat they didn't see coming, and they unleashed everything on him. Some of them are still watching me right now. They said he is not Yoruba enough. Badebo is not Yoruba enough. Funsho Dohati was not in any way a threat, even till now. So, if Badebo says, hello, good morning, my people, how is everyone doing? The born slaves, the Agbero, Lagos Abobakus, they will invade him and they will start attacking him. You did someone lay Yoruba, you did you are standing up against Ashiwaju, you did Shinedu, you did go back to Anambra, go back to this. These shameless cretins are even telling their Yoruba brothers to go to Anambra and go to Enugu. So that's why I told you that if you are Igbo, I may not understand how it feels fully, okay, to be profiled and attacked this way by these cretins. I can tell you that we as Yorubas, we have suffered similar fates. The same treatment they are meting at you is the same they are meting at every Yoruba. that stand up against these beggars, these thugs. Here you get. So Doherty, who released all of this or called the attention of everyone to this thieving and looting, the Agbadorians started saying, this is how opposition should be. There is no insult. There is no name calling. He's a true Yoruba. He's a this or that. But they are not offended. They are not triggered. They are not angry. That despite all of their desperation and depression that some of them are suffering from today, the poverty that they are battling with today, some people are able to spend such money. Abba, how is that? They are not angry. But if Doherty should become a political threat tomorrow, they will give him Igbo name. If they could call Jimmy Agbaje, Jimmy Shuku, Shinyere, and so many other names that they coined together, and they said Jimmy Agbaje, as a pharmacist, is the one working with the Igbos to bring fake drugs to Nigeria. Imagine what you're going to feel like if you have lost any member of your family to adulterated and fake drugs. Imagine how that narrative is going to hit you. These are the kind of hatred, falsehood, misinformation, divisive political tools of Tifnumbu and his gang. They have always been using it. Baba, they will do it in a way that you will think the whole world is collapsing. They tell people that some people are coming to take over Lagos, and they are going to kick everybody out of their houses. They're going to take over your houses. They're going to take over your businesses. They are going to remove your obas. And people believed them because it did not start today. Go and read about S.L. Akintola, Ladoke Akintola. Go and read about him and the politics of the late 50s and early 60s. This didn't start now. Divisive tribal politics that the likes of Tifnumbu are playing, as it is dangerous to non-Yorubas, it is also dangerous to Yorubas. And Yorubas who crosses their path, either blackmailed or even killed. And it's always been like that. But that's why I'm talking to those of you who they told Yoruba Ronu. I told you then what they were scared of, what triggered that tribal hatred orchestrated by this APC, Olori Burukus. Yes, you, Olori Buruku Arai. Those who orchestrated Igbo versus Yoruba in Lagos. Abi, they did not do it because of Yoruba's progress or Lagos progress. They did not do it for any of you. They screamed and used the card to keep themselves in power. And it worked. If they are punishing you today, just own it. Chest it. And stop pointing fingers. If Nigeria is not working, every component part of Nigeria is making that contribution full of wastage. Wastage that a lot of you knows. But you should begin to, at least, those who defend them, you should begin to contextualize what you are indeed supporting and how much of your lives you are helping them to mortgage. So unfortunate that when these consequences comes, They are not limited to those of you Olori Burukus, the Dabi Moshedas. It is also going to affect those who never wanted this. The Igbos wanted to leave Nigeria, save for the Igbo Efulefus, the hungry, greedy, crooked Igbo politicians and elites who are getting their own fair share of the Nigeria enterprise. The status quo works for them, and they will do everything to sabotage such a glorious idea, self-determination. They have invested so much in hatred, in hateful rhetorics, championed by them. And then you begin to ask, wait. If the division or the hatred that has been sort of pronounced by these criminals and always pronounced by by these criminals every election time, if everyone wants to be honest and not following their hypocritical mind, why exactly should Nigeria remain one when we actually don't really want to be one? When you look at the existential sort of a political trajectory and then permutations of all these rogues, they cost lives, they ruin lives, they ruin businesses, they ruin things. And to those of you who are their enablers, their champion, their defenders, I mean, once in a while, you should sit down and ask, are you satisfied with what you are getting? It's like holding the end of the stick. That's what they are offering you, right? You're not part of the scheme of things. Oh dear. There are things they can actually genuinely invest in that will begin to make a meaningful difference in people's lives, including your lives. But a lot of you will just rather may everybody just die in that poverty. May everybody just die in that lack. Let everybody just die in that oppression. It gives you, I don't know how that feels, but do you never really feel like you are not part of any of their plan? You are just a number. Statistics. Even though they told you that statistics you go shop. But statistically, they continue to drench you in everlasting misery, everlasting depression. And some of you are contemplating of ending it all. So if you've never really thought about consequences of your decisions or indecisions, any of them, this is an opportunity for you to begin to reflect on them. Reflect, oh. Please do. Because this crumb may never touch your lip before Olodumare buy you. Because you see the hardship that you are witnessing today, they are still very, very kind of at the early stage. They are playing with your lives, and you are playing with your lives too. If you are comfortably enabling them, you are playing with your lives. Whatever you are saying today, I don't know what you are, and I know a lot of you are very prayerful, praying for this, praying for that, and all of that. And then you begin to ask yourselves that, question God. Why is your prayer not being answered? How come everything is so hard and all that? I hope you begin to reflect on your own choices and decisions in life. When people are tired, they are going to want to stand up. But some of you are also willing and waiting to be mobilized, okay, to stop people who are going to do their best to try to stop these guys. Do you see the problem there? And why I said, if there is any revolution that is needed, It is the revolution of the mind. Elections can save Nigeria. I have seen people now saying that Tifnumbu and his gang, they are walking towards one-party states. Well, would you be surprised? You shouldn't. As you lay your bed, so you lie on it. If you are, and others will say, Maiyegun, remember people didn't vote for these guys. I said, I know, I do. But when you did not vote for somebody and they force themselves on you, and then you quietly go away and they begin to misrule you, they begin to destroy everything around you, you begin to see the effects of why you never really wanted them, but you are too scared to stand up against them. So who do we then turn to? To God. Abi what? I don't know. Because when people say, Maiyegun, people did not really vote for them, I said, but people who didn't vote for them are obeying the abnormalities. They are adjusting. They are trying to cope. Some are even hoping for a better outing next time in a country that they have already captured right before your very eyes. And some of you that have experienced the old cheating and the rigging and the manipulation that followed, something is still telling you that the table will turn. Who go turn them? Baba God will come and turn the table in your favor. And then I'm asking, how is he going to turn the table? Oh, we are going to have to scream to God because we cannot fight these people. So they are taking back some of the states won by the opposition using the same judicial system. The same judiciary that said, shitty man's nomination that violated your electoral acts. And he came out as somebody who has been nominated as vice presidential candidate and also nominated as a senatorial candidate in the same election. And they violated your law there. Tifnumbu submitted fake certificates, forged certificates, lied under oath. He got discovered, presented to the tribunal. Another one, that is Enugu governor, Peter Umba, submitted a forged NYSC certificate to the same judiciary using the same law, Nigeria law. And they said all of those prayers, they were pre-election matter. You cannot expect the courts to grant your prayers and cancel an election simply because of how APC nominated their candidate. You are not a member of their party. So why would you want to be interested in how they nominate? It is political party that nominates candidates. That's all. The same court that ruled that just few days after themselves, the same court came back to start taking the opposition's election away from them. In Kano, they removed the governor of Kano, NNPP, because he was not properly nominated. He did not spend the constitutional time to be a member of the political party before becoming their candidate. So according to their court, is never a candidate. So they removed him and they put APC that got defeated in a proper election. They put the APC. Now they are going to Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court is going to say the same thing. They will remove him and put APC. What APC couldn't get through the ballot, they are getting it through the courts. And they are not using the election to judge. they are using the nomination of these people. The same nomination problem, pre-election wahala, technicality that saved Tifnumbu, that legitimized Tifnumbu and Shittiman. They removed the Kano governor for it. Go to court. In Plateau State, where APC, Egbekegbe, also got defeated. They did not cancel the election because of they did not remove the guy because of the election. No. They removed him because PDP did not nominate him properly. Yeah. He was not nominated properly. Instead of nominating him in the morning, they submitted this name in the evening. That is a technical problem. They've removed him too. He's also going to Supreme Court. Alex Sotti of Abia, they are also dragging him to Supreme Court. That one case now 1-1. Tribunal said he is not a member of Labour Party. His nomination was not done properly. Even though their constitution says the political party you want to join can give you waiver, there is something called waiver. So instead of you going through the normal membership, this and that, to become a candidate, their constitution says they will give you waiver. You can be given waiver and you become a candidate. You can become a candidate of a political party 1 month before the end of nomination. You know, when the political party will submit the names of their candidates. You can join the party 1 month before the end. You can join the party 2 weeks before the end of nomination. And you can become their candidates. It is called waiver. And it's called pre-election. But guess what? Their court says anything that has to do with nomination of candidates done by political party, whether they did primary or they did selection or anything, it is the business of political parties. And if you are not a member of their party, if you are a member of PDP, and you feel like the nomination of the candidates, if you are a member of APC or a member of Labour Party or any political party, and you feel like the candidate is not properly nominated, you can take your party to court and sue them and fight them. But you cannot take somebody. Now their court said it, not me. It is their court. This interpretation of their useless constitution. So their court says, if you are a APC and you are another one is PDP, you cannot take PDP to court to question how that person got nominated to become candidate. You can't. You won't win. But it is only APC that it doesn't. Only other people it doesn't work for. It work for APC. So Mutfang, I think that is his name. I've been a Muftang. No, Mutfang. Muftang is my son's namesake. Is their governor, Caleb Muftang. So he was taken to court by APC after they defeated them. Remember that the Tifnumbu's campaign manager is the former governor of Plateau State, Lalong. Sure, you know Lalong? He's minister now. He is the minister of Minister of Labor. Abi, what is Lalong? Under Tifnumbu now. So he was defeated. His candidate got defeated in an election. Just same way Tifnumbu lost Plateau State in that election too. So they now went to court. And their case is that Muftangi, the PDP governor, was not properly nominated by PDP. Therefore, the courts should cancel the election and declare APC winner. And that's exactly what the tribunal did. That is exactly what the appeal court has done now. that the guy was not properly nominated. So 2 days ago, there was this rumor that the appeal court judges have been paid $5 million US dollars to give the judgment in favor of APC. And it was that guy himself that came out, Caleb. He said, that is complete baseless, that anybody is accusing the judiciary of collecting bribe to remove me as governor tomorrow. Oh, Benny, they don't buy you, they don't sell you. Everybody, they don't do cash transfer. It has been, bought, sold, and shipped and delivered. So the guy woke up this morning. First, today na Sunday. Here you get. I didn't know that their court opens on Sunday, but I have been sort of tutored that for election matter, the court opens any day, anytime, because there are time constraint. Like they have time, they have to deliver this or that. So that's why they deliver the judgment on Sunday. They said Muftangi was not properly nominated, and the guy is now saying democracy is in danger. Some people are trying to sabotage the will of the people. Shoton Caleb. Mr. Caleb, somebody told you, say they don't collect money on your head. You wanted to sound like, you think say you smart? You think say you smart? You wanted to try to play a smart one. Emotional blackmail. They tell you say APC get emotion. So some of you, that's why sometimes nobody should feel sorry for some of you. Defenders of APC. In your closed mind, some of you still believe that APC people get emotion, they get feelings. Some of you, they believe like that. He's a man of God. He's a very, very good woman. Very, very, very supportive. They are selling your future and selling everything and keeping you in that beggarly state. And as happy slaves, you think say they get emotion. 22 million out of school children. As a mother, it breaks my heart. You better hold your heart properly. You better not let everything they break your heart. The criminals in power no get heart to break. How do they sleep at night? Knowing that children who are supposed to be in school, they are just being molested out there. They're just being abused. I mean, Maiyegun, you need to see what these kids are going through. I mean, I was driving one day and I saw these children. I said, Auntie, calm down. Any suru, okay, maloni kilotin, okay, maloni stroke you. On top say, oh, I'm so calm down. No, they sleep fine. No, if you are worried that how do they sleep at night? They sleep like babies. Worryless. Maiyegun, they don't have any peace of mind, Baba. The kind peace of mind where they no get. It's not the same peace of mind where you no get to. If they tell you, say, these criminals know they get peace of mind. Maiyegun, they don't get peace of mind. Let me tell you something. Don't tell me anything, because you don't know nothing. Look at them. They are all suffering different kind of sicknesses. Who is not suffering from sicknesses? Who is not? So you are going to compare the kind of health problems that you have in your condition right now. You are going to compare that with the same similar health condition that you have with these criminals who have access to different first-class healthcare or health insurance all over the place. So you want to compare that. You have kidney problem. these criminal politicians and their children, they have kidney problems. So you think say, now the same kidney problem experience you are having. They know they sleep at night, Maiyegun. So because say your own debt is keeping you up at night, your problem is keeping you up at night. You dey count your ceiling every night. Sleep no come. You are using sleeping tablets to put yourself to sleep because it's too hard. Country hard. Sleeping tablet no dey work on you anymore. And then you begin to feel like that is how these criminals also spend their night. Unable to sleep. Abi? Because they cannot sleep. Because they are so worried. They are poor people. The poor people in Nigeria are not happy. Children who have no food, they go to bed empty stomach. That is, they cannot, Baba, they know they get peace of mind. So you think it's that kind of peace of mind we are talking about? If you see these criminals who are having hypertension, no peace of mind. Do you know why? Because every time they put on their TV and the news says, earthquake in Bahamas. Yay! Mogbe, I'm dead, yo. I say, Baba Kilote, Daddy, what happened? Have you read the news? What news, sir? They said earthquake happened in Bahamas, Honduras. That is why are you now panicking? Yay! Because now there your papa hide the money. His own loot. The thing that he's managed to get from the public fund. Breaking news. There has been some crackdown on slush fund in UK. Some companies are now under probe. Some businesses are kinikon, and you are reading it as news. It no concern you. You don't open them. You don't open to another page. You won't go and check what did Chelsea Wigan play? What did Man U and Liverpool, what did they play? But you see those criminals, once they read that some investigation is going in so place and some names are mentioned, they go call their doctors. Hello? I think I'm beginning to have palpitation. Palpitation. I'm beginning to see, it's like my sugar level is going up. I think you need to go and fuel the, and you think that is the same no peace of mind like you. You where they act like say you are dead inside your house because you don't want the landlord to know that you are home. And how much is the rent? 200,000 naira. Now, because of 50,000 naira, or because some of you, because of 5,000 naira debt, there are some streets you know they pass anymore. Because of 5,000. So do you think the same no peace of mind that you are facing is the one you are thinking these criminals are facing? Or do you, I'm just saying, they are only worried when they are loot, wherever they are hiding them, whenever they come under exposure. And that is why when they know those who knows about their loot and where they are keeping all of them, they either kill them or they pay them off. It is like a criminal, sort of a criminal gang. So they don't have emotion like you. All these our leaders, they should fear God. Which God? Your God? Or which one? The same one that your GOs, the people that are telling you that God loves the poor people. The ones that you are praying, that they say, I've read some of this nonsense in few places, by the way. $1 billion or for Pastor Adeboye to pray for you. I told you something about imagination of poor people. Like me. Because myself, they get imagination too. Now poor people, be the accountant on hired, uninvited accountant, financial advisors to rich people. I say, congratulations. Oh my God. Oh, did he just buy you the latest 2023 automobile? Oh, it's so amazing. Then you go see poor people. What is wrong with people these days? They will just have money. They will not know what to do with the money. Instead of buying 50 million naira car for your wife, why not just buy like 2 million naira car and give her 48 million to start business, to start doing this, to start doing that, you know? Poor people. Now we they kind of arrange like that. You know? The imagination of poor people. I get that imagination too, like I said. You say, instead of using that money to build this clinical, why don't you use that money to start this? Why don't you use that money to do that? You know, it's unfortunate anyway. So yeah, the poor people are always wanted to be the financial advisors for the rich and advice on how to spend their money, because they don't have. And there are many of them that have concluded that no matter how much they try, they will never have. Except maybe if some, you know, miracle just happen and just touch them and just lift them. We were talking about a black tax and black taxes yesterday, remember? And a lot of people they were so happy that we had that conversation around where people have the sort of the motivation, should I say motivational sort of dream of lifting people out of poverty. But you should know as well, there are people who don't want to leave that poverty. Their thought process, their mindset, and everything about them speaks and screams of them being comfortable in that position of abject want and poverty. So when you see the criminals who are asking you to pray, your GOs and the rest of them, they are also the prayer fathers to your oppressors. You don't pray for criminals. You arrest them and prosecute them. If you have criminals in power, that means they must have broken laws to attain such. So you do not need any sort of motivation or pampering words and all that. To know that the first thing you have to do is to get rid of them, you must be willing to break laws too. Or if you are still giving excuses, Abi, that's fine. Think about all I said today, tonight. Sit back and relax and just think about all your decisions and all your life choices. Think about the guys that you will spend every day and night to try to start tribal war, ethnic war, religious fight every here and there. In your deluded mind that you spend, just think about that, your life, and think about how much of this is positively or has positively affected your life in the last years. So the answer is going to be right there for you at the end of the day. So guys, I'm going to leave us with this tonight, and I kind of wish you the best in the coming weeks. So you have heard this tonight, and what you make of it is completely yours. The criminals who are taking over and trying to turn Nigeria to one-party state, they will do it. And If you are very much uncomfortable with that, first thing first, you have to leave your comfort zone, your fearful zone, because whether you like it or not, these guys are going to do what they come to do, except you stop them. But if you don't, I will be here. So thank you. And you all have a wonderful evening. We'll have a better week. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
MaiyegunDiary, Diary Politico.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó.
MaiyegunDiary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.